Happy Easter. Why are you laughing at me? Ejo levi agbesiame Yuta ozi osiyana Deba yawo play avo Ko ozi cho achone Dagwe. Is that an Easter song? That's a pump sound, this song. Anyway, they changed our songs. They changed our dressing. We have to wear 3 dresses to look good now. What else did they change? And they told us that, oh, we should leave everything and come to them. And we should choose peace. They actually made our war songs. They changed our war songs to songs of peace. Aiko, Happy Easter. Into songs of peace. And you know, when we did all that, they said, oh, let go of everything and follow Jesus. We said, no problem. And when the boys said they want a piece of the national cake, or I should say the communion, they said, it's absolute nonsense for the boys to ask. Like, it's so sad. You know, I'm a musician. I play bass guitar in church. It was so bad that there was a time I posted that I think I posted at the office. I was wearing some kind of suit. Oh, this place is dark like hell. I was wearing some kind of suit. And I posted it. Even a young bassist whom I was teaching, I was probably grooming. He said, now that I'm looking so nice, they are not going to get their bass lessons again. As if when people look nice, they stop serving God. I didn't used to understand that. I thought it was out of arrogance and stuff. Only for me to realize later on that I'm looking for my guitar's back. Only for me to realize later on that even the pastors are not expecting you to keep turning up when you grow up. That's nice. Like this is absolute nonsense for you to ask for stuff. Then you can actually concentrate and do your thing. Anyway, I couldn't find the guitar back, so I'm crying like that. Yeah, I believe in serving God. It's the best thing that has happened to me. I'll try so hard not to comment about what the people say that hurt me and stuff like that. Though I've already commented about it. But yeah, I think Africa needs to rise again, and we don't really need to lose ourselves completely to this. It's not for us. It was just a tool. And politics and religion are just tools used to achieve macro targets and ambitions. So let's be mindful as we grow. Okay. Yeah, now I'm celebrating Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. And today we spent Easter at church. So come with me to church. I'm looking at you like that. Happy Easter to you. Yeah, so I want to talk about something. You know, there is a problem. I believe in the prosperity gospel, and a lot of people don't. This guy doesn't want to stop. Okay, this guy also doesn't want to stop. A lot of people complain about the prosperity gospel. They say, oh, Jesus came for salvation and all this stuff. It's true. But I believe if Christians cannot be successful, we will lose even our salvation. But that is not the issue. The issue is when people try to preach the prosperity gospel and they make you think that if you pray harder and come to church more and serve the pastor more and let go of everything of the world, God will grant you success. That's brainwashing. That's where the problem is. And it's absolute nonsense for a Christian to think that going to church 24/7 is what will make you prosperous. And it's just so sad that the people who preach this rather are the people who refuse to share the communion with the brethren. Okay, but I think later on I'll do some videos about understanding of financial literacy, loss of finance, loss of wealth. And I also see people who post that, if by any way you are privileged and you have money, don't think that the poor are lazy. Which is a true statement, because sometimes it's as if the people who don't have, they work hardest the most. But I don't think that statement is a fair statement. That fair statement endorses the laziness they don't want to appreciate, literally, because I see it a lot of times. People who work so hard for nothing are people who failed to work hard at the right things when the time was due. So now they have no option than to work so hard now. I hope you understand. So if you are in school, we have 3 months to study for exams. If you study for 3 months during revision week, you are not stressed. But if you don't study for the 3 months during revision week, you are stressed. That's what happens. So if you are young, you have the time and chance to gain a skill, and you refuse, no problem. When you grow and it's time to enjoy the fruit of your labor, you don't even have a labor, so you will now start laboring, and that time is harder, tougher. You will have more problems, less empathy, less love, and everything is on you. I hope you understand that. So I believe, I think on that comment I said the issue of poverty is about the inability to access education, networking, and sometimes energy. Okay, so gain knowledge and skills and the like. But those things are no longer things that are lacking in the villages. Those things are actually in the villages. Just that now that they have been brought, the villagers have refused to adapt them, or they don't appreciate them as the new change. Okay, so they are still stuck in their old ways of doing things. So you beg people to go to school and they don't go. You beg people to come for events and they don't come. You tell people to create a social media handle and they don't create it. But now they say, they do all the hard work and they take all the money. But you know, sorry, I usually don't say this, but as a civil engineer, there's an element of civil engineering when we call it labor-intensive work. Now, labor-intensive work is when it's a social decision by a contractor to recruit human beings to do the works that machines can do. So there is a work that an excavator can do it in 1 week, and then the owner of the excavator and the operator would have shared 50,000 cedis. Then you deliberately give it to the villagers to do it for 3 months, and they make 500 cedis each. Just an opportunity you are creating for them. Okay. Now, those kind of things cannot make you a millionaire. And that's what people don't understand. So, in the space of making wealth, you need to understand that there are things that people are willing to pay more for. And these are things that are specialized, high demand, and you lean towards them. Now, why am I saying all these things? I'm coming to the fact that thing they tell you, that pray, come to church, fast, okay, serve your pastor, and all those things will never make you rich. those things are not in the law of wealth. They have their place. And for the sake of this conversation, they are not in the conversation of wealth. What they do is that they shield you against spiritual orchestrations. But you don't even have anything that anyone is orchestrating against. Okay, so the key to wealth is simply two things: having a high desired skill, and that high desired skill can actually be knowledge. Okay. Now the reason why I say knowledge is that there are soft skills and then there are hard skills. So sometimes the soft skills actually pay more because that one cannot be quantified. It's the branding. That's why nowadays personal branding is then there are hard skills that you can quantify the work done in those things. And you have to be deliberate about giving these skills to people who have money to pay. Okay. If you are serving people who don't have money, you will not make money. But Christians need to get to that place of life so that there is no way being in church and all the time and the like is what will make us great. And this is not to say that we should stop going to church, because stopping going to church is not what is going to make you great. Okay, it's about gaining value and exchanging value for resources. And I just want to put it out there that people who serve God are not idiots. And I think even the pastors think we are idiots. That's their cup of tea. It's none of my business now. Though today I'm going to church. I'm going to church for the love of Christ. And my best friend says he needs a bass player. And I believe that I can have a skill and it will be in demand and I'll not give it out, whether I'm getting paid or not. It's usually about how it costs me. Especially if I have to do it repetitively. I will do anything for free on a one-off. Sometimes people ask me for monies that I would usually not give back. It's a one-off, okay, I'll give it. But once it has to become a routine, you have to pay. That's where the problem is, and people don't understand. You cannot ask human beings to come to church every day and play guitar for your business and tell them that it's absolute nonsense to pay them. Like, okay. Yeah, if they do it on Sunday, why not just Sundays? And the problem about Accra is wide apart, so transportation is expensive. So when the person changes location to somewhere further around, he insists that they come to your place and still for free. It's not the best. Anyway, so we need to begin to gain value. I want to do a video about understanding investments and savings, because after politicians and pastors, investments and savings are the second good thing that keep people poor. Yes, so politics and religion is good, but it can keep you poor. That's what I'm saying. The next thing is investment and savings. People believe that, oh, if they can save for 5 years, for 10 years, they'll be rich. It's a true statement, but you will not be rich. And others also believe that if they invest sometimes in very high risk, high return investment, depending on your risk levels, or very low risk, low return investment, either ways, those things will not make you rich, especially if you are not well positioned for it. Okay, there is a positioning issue there. So I'm going to find some time to talk about it as well, okay, so that we understand how some of these things work. Otherwise, you grow to become bitter like me. One of my lecturers said, I was like you, and if you don't listen to me, you'll become like me. But yeah, so all I'm trying to say is that Africans need to be Africans. We don't have to wear a white dress to show that we are happy and a black dress to show that we are sad. We don't have to wear a suit to dress well. We don't have to sing only songs of peace and let go of our songs of war. You know, that thing was a deliberate attempt to make us peaceful, so that when they take their gold, or when they take our gold away and when they take our gold and they take What's the name of that thing? When they take our gold and they take our brothers away, stand back and watch. Yeah, what do you think about my dressing? I think my dressing is very African, so my African spirit has come today. Bonjour, mes amis. Thank you for watching this video. It's just an Easter greeting, and I'm sure that you've watched it. Let me know what you think. If everything I'm saying is absolute nonsense, or if everything I'm saying makes sense. Someone actually wrote a whole lecture on my comments yesterday, and it's true. It's just the way we'll go about it, because it's complicated. Whether we are even willing to change, and the consequences, because the thing about this stuff is that they have some good elements and some evil elements. So if you want to deal with them, you have to be deliberate and mindful about it, because there are a lot of things that I tell someone that if you think the male animals are not breeding and you remove them, even the female ones will not breed. So there are some elements in life that you cannot see what they are causing directly. But if you take them out, you cannot get the other stuff. One of them is sleep. It's a complete waste of time. But if you don't sleep, you won't even be alive. Okay. So let's think about things like that, and let's see how we can get things better. Thank you for watching. Happy Easter!